Ablazify presents How Cognitive Science Helps You in Life. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly forgotten why you went there? Or maybe you start a new routine, only to fail 3 days later. You blame your discipline, right? But the truth is, your brain is not a computer. It's a messy, complex, and highly predictable machine. Are you tired of fighting your own nature? Tired of relying on willpower, which always runs out? It's time to stop guessing how your mind works and start using cognitive science. The real rules of the human operating system, to your advantage. This is the ultimate life hack, backed by research. In the next 8 to 10 minutes, I need your complete focus. Because we are delivering the key to designing your environment and habits to ensure automatic success. This is how critical this is. We're moving beyond motivational fluff into the actual mechanics of thought, memory, and behavior change. That's the transformation you should expect, moving from struggling against your brain to collaborating with it for effortless growth. What happens when you ignore cognitive science? You believe myths like multitasking works. It doesn't, it just makes you 40% slower and more error-prone. You rely on sheer willpower, a finite resource, instead of designing systems. You struggle with memory because you don't understand how your brain encodes data. The cost? Chronic distraction, failed routines, and a pervasive sense that you are simply not disciplined enough. You're fighting a losing battle against your own biology. It's time to learn the rules of the game. Just imagine, think about effortlessly building a new habit, say, exercising daily, not because you forced yourself, but because your environment made it the easiest choice. You remember names instantly. You make strategic decisions without falling for common mental traps. You feel calm and focused because you understand that mental energy is scarce, and you prioritize its use. You become a highly optimized person, operating with maximum efficiency, because you are finally working with your brain's natural tendencies, not against them. The following recommendations propose an effective solution to the problem identified. 1. Use chunking to master information. Your working memory. What you can hold in your mind at any moment. It is very limited, often just 4 pieces of information. This is why you forget phone numbers. Cognitive science teaches us chunking. Instead of trying to memorize a list of 10 unrelated items, group them into 3 or 4 meaningful categories or acronyms. This dramatically increases the capacity of your memory. To learn anything new, always break it down into digestible, categorized chunks. 2. Exploit Hebb's law for habit stacking. Hebb's law is the neural principle. Neurons that fire together, wire together. Every time you link a new habit to an existing, strong habit, you are exploiting this law. This is called habit stacking. For example, after I brush my teeth, existing habit, I will do 10 push-ups, new habit. This removes the decision-making process, making the new behavior automatic. Stop relying on motivation. Start relying on neural pathways. 3. Beware of the anchoring bias. Anchoring is a common cognitive bias where we rely too heavily on the first piece of information offered, the anchor, when making decisions. For example, if a house is listed at a very high price, all subsequent lower offers look like a good deal. To overcome this, always ask for estimates from multiple, independent sources before you see the initial anchor. Always seek alternatives to the first solution presented. 4. Engineer your environment for friction. Cognitive science shows that behavior change is about managing friction. To start a good habit, reduce friction. Lay out your running clothes the night before. To stop a bad habit, increase friction. Move the TV remote to a different room, or hide the phone charger in a drawer. Your brain will choose the path of least resistance. Make the desired behavior easy, and the undesired behavior difficult. Optimize for the lazy brain. 5. Leverage the peak end rule. We don't remember events by their average. We remember the peak, most intense moment, and the end. If you want your team to remember a presentation fondly, ensure your conclusion is clear, powerful, and positive. If you want your day to feel fulfilling, schedule your most meaningful work during a peak energy time. And end your workday with a small, conscious victory, like listing 3 things you finished. Consciously design the ending. 6. Understand the myth of multitasking. Your brain doesn't truly multitask, It task switches. It rapidly jumps between separate tasks, which burns valuable glucose, brain fuel. This leads to mental exhaustion and more errors. To optimize focus, use time blocking, as discussed before, and protect dedicated blocks of time for single tasking. If you have to switch tasks, give yourself a small, physical break, 30 seconds, to fully reset your attention. Why bother learning this? Because self-improvement is not about fighting yourself. It's about understanding your instruction manual. Cognitive science gives you the power to stop blaming your discipline and start leveraging your design. When you know how the brain learns, remembers, and acts, transformation isn't a struggle. It's just good engineering. Time to audit your mental operating system. Ask yourself these 3 core questions. 1. What is one limiting behavior, example, procrastination, that I can immediately disrupt by adding friction to my environment? 2. What strong existing habit can I use right now to successfully stack the one new positive habit I want to acquire? 3. Am I falling for the anchoring bias in a major decision right now, and what 3 independent facts do I need to confirm? The power is in the knowledge. Start optimizing. If you're ready to use the science of the mind to supercharge your life and transformation, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. We post actionable, science-backed strategies every week to help you achieve mastery.